Hello everyone. This is a video regarding the security concerns that we are getting to know regarding Zoom app. So today we will discuss how we can set up certain security features while we are using our Zoom account as a host. So this is my browser where I am going to the website for Zoom, that is zoom.us. Now since I was already logged in, so my logged in account is directly coming here. So this is my account. Now here in this account, before I schedule any meeting, under this personal head, we are going to settings. Under settings, we can make certain changes in the schedule meeting, basic settings, advanced settings, and other things. So starting from the beginning, in schedule meeting, host video, start meetings with host video on, means when you are hosting the video, when you are hosting the meeting, your video might be on or off. So that you can change later on also. Initially, you may keep your video off. Participants' video need to be on when they start the meeting. However, that does not make it compulsory. The participants may keep their video off themselves also. You cannot force them. Audio type is not so important. We are using computer audio at all the times. So I am saving the setting as computer audio. Join before host. We are not allowing the participants to join the meeting before the host starts the meeting. So keep this off. So this is switched on, but now this is switched off. Personal meeting ID. We should not use any personal meeting ID. So this is switched off. So use personal meeting ID for instant meeting also is switched off. Only authenticated users can join meeting. Now this one, you can keep it switched off, then anyone can join the meeting. But if you keep it switched on, then there is an option here that comes. Normally it comes as sign in to Zoom. If you edit, then you can write here as write your name as in school records and then save. This will make the students write their name in school records before they join the meeting, but only if they are not registered users. If they are already registered users, then their name will automatically appear. Only authenticated users can join the meetings from the web client. Keep it switched on. Require a password when scheduling new meetings. This should be always switched on. Require a password for instant meetings also should be on. We normally do not do instant meeting. We schedule the meeting beforehand. Require a password for personal meeting ID. Anyway, we are not using personal meeting ID. So whether you keep it switched on or off does not matter, but still keep it switched on. Embed password in meeting link for one-click join. This is important. What happens is when you keep it switched on, then in a single link, the meeting ID and meeting password both goes. And as soon as the person clicks the link, he need not separately enter the password. So if you keep it off, then the person will need to enter the password separately. So in case he does not have the password by chance, he will not be able to join. So always remember to keep it switched off. Require password for participants joining by phone. Now our participants in India, we do not have the facility for joining by phone. So if you keep it off or on does not matter, still keep it on. Mute participants upon entry, keep it off so that as soon as someone enter the meeting, if they are talking, it should not disturb. Upcoming meeting reminder, you can keep it on, does not matter, so that you get a meeting reminder. Then coming to meeting basics, Require encryption for third-party endpoints. Always keep it switched on. So there is an encryption of all the data which is there in the Zoom cloud or Zoom client or in the Zoom room. For the chat, allow the meeting participants to send message which is visible to all participants, but prevent the participants from saving the chat. If you keep it selected, then the participants will not be able to save anything which is there in the chat. Then coming to private chat, we are keeping the private chat option off. We are not, see, private chat means allow meeting participants to send a private 1:1 message to another participant. So 1:1 they cannot chat, it is off. Auto saving chat is off. File transfer, we keep it off and do not allow either the host or the participant to share any file through the chat option. Feedback to Zoom can be kept on. Feedback survey we are not interested off. Co-host is off because only the teacher will be the host, no one else will be host. Polling not necessary off. Always show meeting control toolbar. When you are using the Zoom window, the toolbar will be always shown. Zoom window during screen share, that will also be shown, keep it on. Coming to screen sharing, very important. If you are not using any kind of PPT or PDF to be shown through the share, then you keep it off. But if you want to show something, then you do not keep it off, you keep it on. But who can share? Only host. If you keep it all participants, then other students can also share, but keep it only host. Disable desktop screen share for users. So desktop cannot be shared in the process of screen sharing. Annotation, if you keep it off, then no one will be able to scribble anything on your screen when you are sharing the screen. You will be the only one responsible for using the screen share. Whiteboard, if you do not wish to use any whiteboard here during the screen share, then you keep it switched off. Because if you keep it switched on, then the participants may start using their whiteboard, which will start popping up in your screen. So keep it switched off. Remote control, during screen sharing, the person who is sharing can allow others to control the shared content. So this is off. We do not want to allow others to share our control. Non-verbal feedback, no kind of non-verbal feedback can be shared, so it is kept off. Allow removed participants to rejoin. Sometimes some participants try to join and we do not want them to join, we deny their joining, but they can again request for joining. Then again you have to keep denying them. So if you keep it off, then they will not be allowed to rejoin. Once you deny, they will not be able to rejoin. Allow participants to rename themselves. Do not allow them to rename because they may rename and put any kind of fake name. Under advanced settings, there are not much things that we can understand or do. However, certain things like remote support, keep it off. Captioning off, all save captions off. Far end camera control, allow another user to take control of your camera during a meeting. So that is kept off. This is an important one, mostly from hacking point of view. Group HD video is kept off, no group video we are doing. Virtual background, the users can replace their background with some kind of virtual image to prevent them from showing what is there in their background. So if you keep it off, then no one can use a virtual background, their real background will be visible. Identify guest participants, we are not allowing any guest participants, so this is off. Auto answer group in chat is off. Default email when sending email invites off. HTML format for Outlook plugin is off. All these are off. Waiting room is again an important setting. Waiting room ensures, if you keep it switched on, it ensures that no one can join by themselves. They can join only when the host allows them to join. So if you keep it switched on and select for all participants, then all participants' name will show up. And for this matter, beforehand you can tell all your students that they must show their real name as in the school records. Yes, some students may fake their name. You may not be able to identify them, but at least to some extent, since you have the student list in your hand, you can ensure to some extent that one student by a particular name who is there in your room is actually a student of your section. So you ask them beforehand that if their name appears such that you do not identify, then you are not going to allow them to enter the room, and thus you can deny them from entering the room. Show a join room from browser link switched on. Live streaming of the meetings is off. Now, email notifications, this one, if you keep it on, then you keep getting an email regarding when your meeting is scheduled, when it is cancelled, when it is going to start. All those things will keep on coming to you through the email. So you can keep these options switched on. Rest, there are no such settings that we can make. So these are some of the important settings that we can use. After this, if we come down under admin, you have a heading as account management. Under that, you can, if you go to account settings, then these are the same type of settings which we did just now that pops up. Under this again, if we go to recording option, then in that local recording, if you want to record your entire video, audio, etc., then you can keep it switched on where host can give participants the permission to record locally. So here the participants cannot record the file unless you give them a permission. So if you keep it switched on, then they cannot record by themselves. Cloud recording we normally do not do. So cloud recording can be switched off because all recordings are usually done in the local computer only. Cloud recording downloads can be kept switched off. Required access to shared cloud recording, required password to access to shared cloud recording. Even if it's switched on does not matter because we are not doing any cloud recording. We have kept cloud recording already off, and automatic recording is also off. Rest is not necessary. Going back again under admin, if you go to advanced, here you have something called as security. Let us look at this tab, few things. So here some security settings are there for basic password requirement which are there. If you enhance password rules, you can make your own rules for the password. Then the rules for password will change and you will have to keep changing your password for the Zoom. If you keep, like if I select this one, password expires automatically and needs to be changed after specified number of days. If I make it as suppose 30 days, after 30 days you have to keep changing the password again and again. That is your Zoom account password. All these options are kept switched off. Sign in with two-factor authentication. If you keep it switched on, it will give you extra security. And do not allow users to sign in with Facebook account. That option will not be there. That is mainly to this is mainly for the getting into your own Zoom account. That is not for the, this is not regarding the meeting settings. This is the settings of your own Zoom account. So that was all about the settings. Now if we go to meetings, let us once again look at how the meeting is scheduled and what we can do during scheduling of the meeting. You can give a particular topic for the meeting. Suppose I am saying class 10 science. We can give a description, may or may not. When before that I select the time zone to GMT plus 5:30, that is time zone for India. GMT plus 5:30 Mumbai, Kolkata, New Delhi. On a particular day I am scheduling, suppose 18th, and then a particular time, suppose whatever is the time, suppose let us say 9 a.m. for 1 hour. See, registration, if you say required, then every participant need to register, which we do not want. Participant will be joining as a guest only. So do not select this one. Do not select recurring meeting because this is only one meeting. Then after that, always allow the meeting ID to generate automatically. Do not use your personal meeting ID. Meeting password is normally auto-generated. You can change the meeting password also, like something else you want to give, you can give. Video host is, you can keep it on or off. Participant keep it on. Audio is computer audio. Do not enable join before host. You can mute the participants upon entry. Enable waiting room should be always there. Only authenticated users can join. If you switch it on, then the users have to write their name as in school records. Right? See here, write your name as in school records. In the previous settings, we have added this. Record the meeting automatically in the cloud. Do not do that. And then you go to save. Now, when you go to save, you see you get an invitee address and copy the invitation. If you select copy the invitation, you will get this information. Here, do not send everything to the student. Do not send the link to the student. This is join meeting, Zoom meeting link. Okay. Instead, you can only send password and meeting ID. Most of the students, they will either open Zoom in their browser in the laptop, or they will be opening the Zoom app in their mobile. When they go to join meeting, they will be asked to write their meeting ID and password. So you send only these two information and not the entire information to the person whomever you want to send through your WhatsApp group or through SMS, whatever you want to do. Now, this particular meeting, if I start this meeting, say it is going to prompt up a launch window. If the launch window is not opening by itself, it is saying launching, but taking some time based upon our connectivity. If nothing prompts from the browser, we can click here to launch it. Let us see if it launches. If you have a Zoom app already downloaded, then it will launch through the app in the laptop. Otherwise, you can download that app and run it through the app. But it is better to run through this window rather than through the app. So you can also click here start from browser. When I click it as start from browser, you can see this window has appeared where it is now starting with join audio by computer. I am clicking. So this is my meeting room. If I click here participants, you can see there is no participant right now because no one has added or joined my room till now. If you go here, you see this is an option which is called as security. Here lock meeting option is there. When you lock the meeting, no one else can enter your meeting room. Enable waiting room is there, so whoever wants to enter will pop up, name will pop up, and you have to allow. If you lock the meeting here, then what will happen is, if someone has gone out of the room because of the network issue, cannot rejoin the meeting. Allow participants to share screen. If you select this, then your participant will share. Now don't select it. If you do not select chat also, suppose, then your participant cannot send you any chat message also. You do not allow the participants to rename. Now if you go to chat, then in the chat you can send a chat message to everyone. Hi all. So this message which goes, everyone in the participant list will get this message, but no one will be able to reply to your message through the chat because you have deactivated the chat option. You are not allowing participants to chat here. Also in the share screen option here, if you see advanced sharing option, which you already did, one participant can share at a time, who only host can, others I am not allowing. So close it. If you record the meeting, you can click here and the entire meeting get recorded. So I am clicking here again, it is stopping the record. Stopping the record, yes. So this is all how the window appears and some security features that you can do here. When you come to this, all the participants you can mute all. When you mute all the participants, when you mute all, there is an option allow participants to unmute themselves. Do not select this. Then participant will not be able to unmute themselves. You have to unmute them, so that if they raise their hand, you unmute that participant only and allow that participant to ask any doubt if he or she has. So that was all regarding the security settings that we can do in our Zoom meeting. As soon as you open the Zoom account, normally there are some messages which are popping up here which tells you certain things about the new security features in the Zoom. After all the news in the media regarding the Zoom security concerns, Zoom has made certain changes in its security features. You can always go through those information and get the details. So that was all. If you have any more queries, you can always contact us. Thank you.